right, like Danish family, making his way to our Cancun stage, we have an elite Pro 7. Please welcome Gary Sir.
Hey guys, welcome. We love it. Mexico yet or what? So guys, picture this. You're warming up for a bike race and you strike up a conversation with a couple of friends.
That's all right.
Hey Hanson, I'm thinking about doing the state TT this year. Didn't you do it last year? Yeah, I did, Gary. I actually won it. But you'd be great at it. And I said, do you really think I can do it? He said, yeah, brother. I said, wow, thanks, brother. Little did I know that there were a couple guys behind us listening to this conversation. And one of these guys, Mike, says to Tim, he says, Tim, there is no way in heck that Gary could ever win that state time trial championship. Yeah? He'd have to beat guys like Grant and Lancaster and do it. There's no way, it's impossible. And Tim says, I wouldn't count him out. That guy's got an insane mindset. That guy's overcome incredible odds to win the state 12-hour championship. He even placed 7th in the world in 24-hour mountain bike championships by himself. He rode his bike for 24 hours straight. That dude's got a crazy work ethic, and I wouldn't count him out. Just like that, guys, my state time trial championship quest was born. See, on one hand, over here, you had people that were believing in me, believing in what was possible in my mindset. On this side over here, you had people telling me it was impossible. There's no way. Others were just too good. So I trained harder than everybody else. Like, I'm talking super hard, guys. These workouts left me physically exhausted. Solo workouts that lasted hours and hours. I knew that in order to be the best, I had to train like crazy. What I didn't realize along the way was just how mental this journey would be. The physical workouts were critically important. Even more important was building my mindset and my belief. I had to believe that it was not just possible, but probable. So it brings me to this. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Who in here has read Think and Grow Rich? Raise your hands high. Who in here have changed their life? Who in here is going to go read it now? So I needed to not only believe it, but I needed to believe and conceive it. I had to believe this. And the stronger that my belief and mindset became, the greater my chances for success. So I had to picture it, guys, as if it had already happened. And along the way, there was a lot of challenges. In addition to what Mike said was impossible, I launched a new bike shop, a new venture called Infinity Bike Shop. I got run off the road during one of the races that resulted in a flat tire. They never give you a restart. I got one because the cars ran me off the road. I signed up for one of those things, AKA Life Vantage. And just 6 weeks later, I got hit by a car while riding my bike, leaving me only 4.5 months to recover. 4.5 months to recover when I was going after my 5th state time trial championship. And then there were guys like Jeb. This was a funny one, guys, seriously. Jeb, one of my competitors, knew that I was injured. And he figured there's no way I could recover in time. No way. And I said, physically the deck's stacked against me, right? I mean, this is what I look like. And everyone knows it's 6 to 9 months to fully recover from an ACL reconstruction. And I had 4.5. What they didn't count on, guys, was my belief and my mindset. That's what set it apart. See, on the day of the big race, he came up to me, and this is hilarious. He came up to me and he said, Gary, you know, one of these, Gary, I'm sorry to hear about your accident. How are you doing? I'm like, great. Have you been able to train? I'm like, yep. And he goes, how do you think you're going to do today? I said, Jeb, looked him straight in the eye and said, Jeb, I've already won. Go ghastly white. He was defeated there in that moment. I'd already won. I won the mental battle. The mental battle is the hardest one to win. I've been training. I did all the skills. I did everything I had to do. And in my mind, I knew I was going to win. My belief was bigger than his. My mindset was that of a champion who had already won his 5th state time trial championship, guys. And at that point, it was just a matter of carrying out the plan that I visualized hundreds of times in the months that were leading up to this event. So what lessons can we learn from this story, guys? 1, you gotta have rock solid belief. 2, your belief does change over time. It waxes and wanes, it goes up and down. And 3, The person with the most belief wins, period. In any interaction in life, someone's always buying it, someone's always selling. Which one are you? Are you the one that's buying into what your friends and family are telling you? That thing will never work. Nobody makes money at those things. Aren't pyramid schemes illegal? I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a people person. I don't take supplements. I'm good. See, all those things are diversions they've come up with to challenge your belief. If their belief is stronger than yours, they win. It's that simple. You start to buy into it. You start to believe what they do. Guys, sales at the end of the day is merely a transfer of belief, and they're transferring theirs to you. However, this goes back to your why, when your belief is rock solid. When you have that champion's mindset, when you know what you've got your hands on. No, when they know that you know what you've got your hands on, you win. There's nothing that can stop you at that point. They sense it, like in the previous example, the battle is won before it ever started. So just what main areas do you have to have rock solid belief in? And Justin, thanks for teeing this one up, buddy. You guys are going to be blown away when you see what I'm about to show. We didn't talk beforehand, correct? So one of my best friends and mentors sitting right there, Brandon Cunningham, he sums it up this way. He says, the 4 pillars of belief. Ready? They're simple. They're the belief in your products, belief in your company, belief in your profession and industry, and belief in yourself. Doesn't that sound familiar? See, the first one's simple, guys. Just look at that. Look at that slide right there. The presentation that Hector Ramirez just did. If you don't believe in what we have our hands on, if you don't think, the plethora of data, Protein Earth 2 has 31 peer-reviewed studies, guys. Multiple patents help millions of people look, feel, and perform at their best. So if your belief's ever waning in this area, just go back and look at some of those clinical studies. You might not understand it. That's okay. Watch some of the product training videos that our company does. Hear some of the testimonies of people where it has changed their life forever. Number 2, the second one requires you to take a look at our company's public profile. Like Justin said, he said, search the ticker symbol, LFBN. It's that simple, guys. We're there alongside Google, Apple, Amazon, many of the world's biggest companies. The same place that we rang the bell back there on January 9th. The stock is on fire right now. So being publicly traded has massive advantages. Not only do we have an innovative corporate team, but we also have the board of directors and shareholders, and the decisions are being made collectively by them instead of just one person or 2 or 3 people that had their own best interest in mind. These guys have our best interest in mind. The third one, belief in the industry and profession. It's pretty simple. I didn't even know Eric was going to be here, and I already threw a plug in up there. Guys, I went to those events that built my belief in what we had. It's as equally important. You can go to places like Direct Selling Magazine, Business from Home, Eric Worre. You can watch his Rise of the Entrepreneur, or go to his GoPro Network Marketing Pro website. When you do that, your belief is going to skyrocket. So spending just 10 to 15 minutes a day on this, getting your mind in the right place, is going to blow your mind about some of the stats on our profession. You'll learn that there's so many people joining these network marketing opportunities every day, and how huge it is. I mean, it's bigger than like all those other industries that we have in the world. So the final one, and this is the most important one, that came out kind of dull. It's supposed to be really bold, but the guy pointing at you. That's the most important one, is belief in yourself. Belief in yourself. It's also, and I'll tell you, Justin, when I rated myself, this was my lowest category. Can you believe that? I'm standing on stage, and that's my lowest category. It's important to be honest with yourself here, guys. Take a look at what your limiting beliefs are. Do you think you're not smart enough? You don't know enough people. You're not a salesperson. You don't have the time. You don't have the money. You don't have the skills. Every single one of those limiting beliefs doesn't serve you. So just spend 15 to 30 minutes a day on personal development. Fill your mind with the right information from people like Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, E.T. the hip-hop preacher, Eric Worre, who's going to be here today, Ray Hickman, Rob Sperry, or any of these others will help you overcome those limiting beliefs and raise that belief in yourself. So will these guys right here. These guys are elite master distributors. They've been in there. Leverage them, rely on them. Get to these trainings, global convention, EA, that's why you're here. You're raising your belief in yourself. So, what I want you to do, and Justin asked me to do this already. No, we didn't plan this, rehearse it. I know that's not my numbers, I just threw in some random ones. But I'll be honest, mine's probably a 10, it's probably a 9, it's another 8, and in myself, it goes up and down from 4 to 10 some days. Those are the days I try to make all my calls. But I can assure you that nobody in here is a perfect 40 and stay there indefinitely. It's rare that someone stays a perfect 10 forever. So the question is, what do you do when you find yourself dipping in one of those areas? It's simple. I just gave you strategies at each and every one of them. So why is that important? Because without rock solid belief, you're going to struggle to find everything you ever dreamed of achieving here. I'm throwing in a 5th one. I think there's a 5th belief.
Yeah!
I hear screaming out there. So when most people join LifeVantage, it's something new that can lead to nervousness, unease, or even downright fear. The minute you join LifeVantage, you gotta start transferring that belief, which means believing in others before they believe in themselves. I've heard it this way: you'll never be a successful business builder until you're a successful belief builder. Let that one sink in for a second. Many of us think that we cannot believe in others until we have it ourselves, so we've achieved it ourselves, or we believe in ourselves. That's a terrible lie that we tell ourselves. Andrea Gebhardt, I heard it explained this way: many of us have never played the sports that our kids are in, right? So you're in the car with them on the way to the game or on the way to the match, and you're telling them, you're gonna crush your backstroke today, or you're gonna score the winning goal, right? You're transferring that belief to them, like we practically invented the game, but you may have never played it a day in your life. So we cast a ton of belief. Now, I've done this numerous times with my son in swimming, from telling him how he's going to be he's going to crush the Olympic hopefuls at the state championships, to how he needs to improve his starts. But I never swam competitively. What am I doing? I'm transferring that belief, believing in him so that his belief level goes through the roof. We got to take that same level of passionate transfer of belief and apply it to our LifeVantage businesses. So we have a tendency to say, well, I'm going to believe in so-and-so, and he or she does X, Y, Z, right? And that's not the right way to do it, guys. We got to give belief right away from the beginning. From the very beginning. Because this person, when they're coming to you, they're like a baby. They're casting out this invisible bridge to you that you have to build. And this bridge is built in belief. You've got to believe in their potential right out of the gate, because they're already coming to you in a belief deficit. And it's your goal to raise that. And one of the things, and again, this is the quote: believe in everybody and count on yourself to believe as well, to believe in them as well. So one thing that, gosh, Derek, you rehearsed this one either? You ready? One thing that I use that'll raise belief is called the first dollar, first hour principle. Imagine that. So instead of sitting there doing a ton of training with your brand new people, what are you going to do? You're going to teach them everything? You're going to fill their head with knowledge? No, what they need is they need to get straight to work. Ask them, who do you know that loves you? Who do you know that needs our products? Who do you know that can afford our products? And go to work. Do something like this. It could be, this is one simple script. Hey, John, I found something that I'm really excited about. It may not be for you, but it would mean the world to me if you supported my business and became a customer of mine, or became you don't even simply became a customer. It would mean the world if you took a look and maybe try it out. If I sent you a quick video, would you take a look? The goal, guys, is to help the distributor chalk up a win. Even a small win, a $50 to $100 preferred customer, will go a long way in raising their belief when they get that $20 to $40 commission check in the mail. Agreed? So everything we do in our lives is predicated on belief, and belief is everything. Don't believe me? For many years, my business was struggling. And my skills had improved marginally from year to year, but my business was still stagnant. Early in 2019, there was a shift in my brain. I started to believe that my business could grow profoundly. I visualized what this would look like. And all the skills and the resources in the world would be for naught if I didn't think or believe that it was possible. So I had to have that champion's mindset like I did in cycling and take all-out massive action. And boy, did the results happen. In October, I had the biggest income month I've ever had in network marketing, ever, in 9 years of being with this company. You know how? Thank you. But you know how? I enrolled 5 new distributors and 7 new customers in a month. That's an elite distributor with a database that's 9 years old. Think about that, guys. Did my skills improve dramatically from September to October? Did I just get lucky? You know, a lot of people think we just get lucky. Or did someone say 200% volume? No. My belief in my, that was an inside joke, thank you, Sonny. My belief and mindset had improved, and I believed it would happen for me. I realized that if it was meant to be, it was up to me. I've got this awesome team, guys. I've got one of the most amazing teams in the universe. But I can't ask them to do something that I'm unwilling to do myself, right? So like the old adage goes, the speed of the pack is the speed of the leader, and leading by example is exactly what I needed to do. I strengthened my mindset with personal development and coaching from some of the biggest names in our profession. I devoted 30, 60, sometimes 2 hours a day, whatever it took. I knew I had to have a DMO or daily method of operation. It had to be second nature. It had to just be on autopilot. And the winning mindset, it involves tracking progress as well. You can't just do it yearly or monthly. You gotta do it every day, guys. I practiced incantations. Incantations aren't just like, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be the best. You gotta be intentional. You gotta feel it. You gotta move your body, right? So how can this help you? Develop a simple DMO for you and your team. Encourage personal development and growth in your team. Feed your mind with positive energy. Mind control is the result, I think it's up there, of discipline and habit. You either control your mind or it controls you. There's no halfway compromise. Don't let it control you. You control it. One of the many important lessons that I've learned. I've learned so many from Tony Robbins. Any Tony fans out there? It revolves around 3 key decisions we make every day in our lives. So the first one we're going to talk about here is focus. And this one's simple, guys. Are you focused on what you have or what you don't have? Are you focused on what you can control or that which you cannot control? Are you dwelling on the past? Are you stressed about the future? Or are you living right here and now and focusing on the present moment? See, you get what you focus on, and where energy goes, where focus goes, energy flows. So once you're focused, you move on to the next key decision. What does all this mean? And again, Tony goes on to say, ultimately how we feel about our lives has nothing to do with the events of our lives, or the financial condition that we're in, or what has or hasn't happened to us. The quality of our lives is defined by the meaning that we give to those things. So your life becomes whatever meaning you give to it. Meaning equals emotion, and emotion equals life. So you have to assign powerful and empowering meaning to anything that happens to you. And you'll not only grow, but you'll find this strength and this sense of purpose along the way as well. The third decision is, what actions am I going to take? The actions we take are powerfully shaped by the moods that we're in, the states that we're in, right? Our emotional states. If you're angry, you're going to behave very differently than if you're playful or happy. There's one thing, if you want different outcomes in your life, you've got to change your patterns. Change your belief pattern. Change your focus. Change the meaning that you attach to what has or hasn't happened to you. All of these will lead to changing your mindset and ultimately the actions that you're willing to take. And that'll lead to abundantly different actions and results. So speaking of focus, how do you view the problems that will inevitably happen here in your life and business? They're going to happen, guys. Do you look at them as obstacles? Do you look at them as choices? What do I mean by that? You got to choose to adopt that solution seeker mindset of our core values, where you choose how you react to the problems, and you'll develop a solution in the process. So Trevor Kennison knows a thing or two about developing a solution seeker mindset. Any skiers out here? Snow skiers? He wanted to go big on this jump called Corbett's in Jacksonville, Wyoming. And that's no big deal for an extreme athlete, right? These guys are crazy, except for one thing. Trevor's not your typical extreme skier. See, he's paralyzed from the waist down, and nobody had ever done this on a sit ski. So as you're watching this, I want you to think about the lessons on belief and mindset. First of all, you can't try to do anything. As my buddy Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. You either do it or you don't. How does Trevor's belief, as you're watching this also, tell me, how does Trevor's belief fluctuate up and down? Remember we talked about how our beliefs fluctuate? How does he visualize what needs to happen? What about when Travis Rice, the greatest extreme snowboarder of all time, believes in Trevor? He casts that belief to him. He helps him visualize what that success is, and he helps him to develop that champion's mindset. Guys, that's what network marketing is all about. It's all about teamwork. So, roll the video.
You know, I was looking into where I had jumped into, and the landing was pretty bombed out. You know, to be totally honest, not being too familiar with what's possible on sit ski, I kind of had to like pull back for a second, and then I decided to go up and talk to him, and I went up and chatted with him, and I looked him in the eyes, and I was like, dude, you got this. He looked me straight in the eyes without any hesitation, and he's like, I got this. You know, the minute after he said that, I was like, all right, how can I help you make this happen?
Yeah, you know, when I was kind of coming in, I was like, looking out at the mountain. Here, let me give you a full.
In the middle of, one of the coolest competitions ever, he ended up, when I was on the jump, he's like, you want me to like push you in? He's like, I got your coat.
It helps so much to be able to do that kind of approach in multiple times.
I'll give you speed. I got your jacket. I'll make sure you don't go over, but it's nicer to have speed. I agree.
When I drop off a cliff, if I just go slow, I'll dive. So having more speed, the better. And I'm sure I freaked out a bunch of people. And Travis Rice, all the controllers, like it was a team effort. So we're sitting there, everyone goes down, and I do my routine every single time. I close my eyes, I think about it. Imagine it, it's like sticking it. And then I drop in.
Everything we do in our lives. They're more important than the skills when it comes to network marketing. I'm not belittling the speakers that are going to follow me. They're going to give you the skills. But having all the knowledge in the world and knowing the exact mechanics of how to invite, how to present, how to handle objections, how to close open new distributors as you open their businesses, and as you get them started, it's not going to matter one iota without the 4 or 5 pillars of belief that we mentioned earlier, especially that belief in yourself. So once you've developed that champion's mindset, there's nothing holding you back from everything that you've ever achieved and dreamed of. So I need a favor from you guys. I need you all to please stand up. You know why? Motion creates emotion. Please stand up for me, guys. Thank you. Now I want you to close your eyes. We're going to dim the lights in here. DJ Rancan's going to get me going on a little song here. Maybe it's here. Eyes closed. So I'm going to take you guys through a quick little journey. First off, I want you to think about something that you're extremely grateful for. Maybe your family, or child, or significant other, or a relationship. Maybe it's a vacation that you just took, or an anniversary, or a business success. Maybe it's your health, or that you've finally been consistent with exercising and eating. heck, even taking your Life Edge products consistently. Picture something that you're profoundly grateful for. Intensify that image in your mind. Can you see it? Where are you? What are you wearing? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Really feel it. Now turn your attention to something that you've been dreaming of. Something that you really want to happen. A dream, a wish, a goal, burning desire. What is it? Is it a relationship with a certain person? Is it the next rank in your business? A new home? A new car? College for your kids? A positive bank account at the end of 2020? Recognition from your spouse? A parent? A child? What is it that you truly desire to happen this year in 2020? See yourself achieving it. See yourself in that relationship. Feel yourself achieving that next rank. Picture yourself parking that car in the driveway of that new home. Experience what it feels like to finally have time and financial freedom. How does that feel? Guys, slowly open your eyes. How was that? Woo! The mind is incredibly powerful, guys. It's a whole lot easier to visualize what you want from a place of gratitude and abundance rather than scarcity. This showed you just how powerful your mind can be. How belief and mindset can drive you to levels that you never thought were possible. And they're the catalyst for taking action towards positive change in your life. Napoleon Hill said this: our only limitations are those that we set up in our own minds. Develop that champion's mindset. Live that unlimited life that you were destined to live. I believe in our products. I believe in our company. I believe in this incredible profession of network marketing, guys. I believe in myself, and I believe in every single one of you guys.